Here is my March 2023 recap and my April 2023 plan. So I'll start with the money update and then I'll talk about sort of the life recap for March, and then I will get into my plan for April of 2023. As a reminder to you and myself, if you haven't been following, I am on a low buy year and trying to keep that very much in the forefront of my thoughts and budgeting and sort of spending practice. So I will be including kind of an update on how that's going. So a March for the numbers, my March budget recap update. Here's kind of the high level. I have my fixed costs and then my variable costs. Fixed costs are things that don't change, things like utilities, insurance, cell phones, any other, automatic debited payments that come out off the top that are just part of your month, part of my month. Then variable costs are things like groceries, personal care, and any discretionary spending that happens. So I just ran the numbers, and because now that I'm in March, we have 3 full months of budgeting under my belt for the year, I've seen some changes and have kind of seen how they shake out. So I now have family, I'm covering the insurance on my job, our health insurance on my job. And I've seen what the deductions are like, and they're pretty sizable. So there's that. That doesn't change my fixed costs. That changes my income. So my fixed costs are $1,800 a month. Probably bare baseline for variable income. That's mainly groceries, just really only groceries. $800 for groceries and $200 for eating out. That's $1,000. Fixed costs are $1,800. Variable only groceries are $1,000. That's $2,800. My take-home pay now is $2,200 a month. So that's a difference of $600. So I'm going in the hole $600 a month so far. And there have been other payments that have happened throughout the year. I just finished kind of calculating my taxes, and I know kind of where I am as far as what I will owe, and I'm going to owe a lot less than I thought. So I had been saving some money in reserve in case I got a hefty tax bill, and because I didn't have that hefty tax bill, that was a positive thing that happened. So that covered me for this month. So there's that. That was just kind of that happened this month. For me, it's important to keep kind of an eye on those top level costs, like, oh, there's $600 difference. So being very mindful of that and knowing that the answer for me, because this is the bare bones, like I have cut down to the bare bones being where we are for groceries. And this month I really aimed to cut back where I could. I mean, I bargain shopped. I shopped in Jersey and then took it into Manhattan, like that, which is a hassle and a half. So, I mean, at bare bones, and I still came in right at 800. I'm like, that's where it is for my family and the way that we eat, which I'm proud of the way that we eat. We eat fresh, whole, healthy food, mainly protein, fruits, and veggies. That's what we eat. Sometimes we do snacks, which a snack is like a $6 bag of Doritos that lasts us a week, or for me, like a $5 bag of pretzels. Like that is our snack. Occasionally we'll do an ice cream or something, or a slice of cake. But we eat very, very, what I think is healthfully. So that's just what it costs. So the alternative is to make more money. So that's just kind of the money recap right there. As far as my low to no buy year goes, it did very well, I think. The thing that I splurged on, if I get $100 personal money for the month to splurge on, I bought an organizing pouch from Tom Bin. I don't know if you guys know that brand. That is what I decided to spend guilt-free on myself, and it was $100. So, I mean, that is what it is. I had wanted it, and I'd stocked it, and I put in an alert for this item when it came back in stock, and it did, and I bought it, and that's where it is. They're a U.S. company, made in the U.S. Oh, I think they just recently sold. There's some like discussion around that, but that's what I purchased. They hold their value very well, so if I wanted to resell it, I could probably get the exact same amount of what I paid. So that's what I did for my personal spending in the month of March. As far as the life update goes, March was a good month on 2 fronts. I actually ended up meeting up with 2 friends from college who both got married and had kids. I hadn't seen them in 10, 15 years. They're both friends that I have through music. I used to play in an orchestra with one because we both play viola. She has 3 daughters, lives in Massachusetts. Her parents are in Queens, so she comes back fairly frequently to visit her parents. And it was just lovely to see her because we'd gone through sort of our single season together, and it was just lovely to meet up with her and her family. And it was, I mean, almost cost-free. We went to Central Park and rode the carousel. It was so much fun. Her daughters loved it. My daughter was kind of taken aback. She's just kind of looking around. She's a little bit young for it. I think she's 6 months. So it was kind of a little bit much to take in. We sat on one of the like little sleds that didn't move, a sleigh that didn't move as we went around. And my husband bought tickets for all of us to ride the carousel. And then we just walked around the park. He is actually very good at, he knows his way around the park so well. He took us to the zoo, and what I didn't know was you don't need to pay the entrance fee to see the seal. So there were actually 2 seals in the Central Park Zoo that were out and flopping around, and the kids loved seeing them. So much fun to see that. So I had a really good time with her. And then I have another friend that is a brilliant pianist, and we met up. She went to Juilliard, has her master's from Juilliard, and is getting her doctorate at the university in Maryland. And we met up when she was working at Juilliard. She's accompanying at Juilliard. They call it a collaborative artist. So she was in town to work. So I went and met up with her, and just lovely to spend time with her, to have like mom friends in the area. Maryland and Massachusetts are not that far, but it's not like we see each other every day, but just so much fun and really, really good to have that connection because I find even more that I'm craving it. So that was March. And then my husband met up with some of his friends from college, and we went and kind of met up with them. Just really, really fun bunch. And we brought the baby. It was an evening party at an apartment, and the baby got passed around. She loved it. So she was exhausted and slept really well that night, which is great. So that was our March. So that was the social side. And then also on the fitness side, I've been getting back into an exercise routine that I used to do. So Tracy Anderson Method, it's an online streaming service. And I just did the workouts. I have an accountability group on Facebook, and that's really helping a lot to get me up and moving and sort of maintain or increase my level of fitness. Because I find that every day activity motherhood is keeping me semi-fit, but if I'm going to make any progress, I will have to put in a little bit more dedication. So that's just where my fitness level is. And I'm glad that I did a little bit better this month. And I know it was hands down the accountability of this Facebook group that I joined. So that was my March. So here is the April plan. I am looking at the expenses. Again, I want to bring in more money. And let me talk about, again, the money plan for April. I, as myself, want to bring in more money. My husband has also incurred significant costs as a result of our new married life together. And he, on his side, is having to carry those costs. For the moment, we're doing his and hers money. He manages his money and his expenses. I manage my money and my expenses. And we both split any sort of additional ancillary costs along the way. And I feel at this point that it's I feel fine with that. There's no stress or anything, any distance caused by that. I feel like he's tremendously helpful. And I feel like we are working as a team quite well. I mean, you all have things to learn. And there are times when I certainly feel like I carry the burden of kids, which, I think that's very normal. But he is a fantastic father and partner and husband, and I enjoy being married to him. So again, he's managing his money and his additional expenses on his side, and I am managing my money and my expenses on my side. And it's simply making more money, which I know that I can do, and now it's being very intentional about that. So I know, okay, I have clarity to say, okay, there's a $600 hole we got to plug somewhere. So I've done the following things to reduce my expenses. So I start there first. I've canceled a gym membership. I've canceled streaming services. And this is a sort of controversial one. I will be decreasing the amount that I have been putting into the baby's 529K. I opened one up, which I'm glad it's there because time is on our side and the compounding interest, whatever. I'm actually more of a fan of an IRA, which I'll go into. For some reason, I ended up with a penalty on my IRA contributions this year. I have no idea why. I'll have to look into it more closely. So stay tuned for more news on that. I put in $300 into my IRA and I'm contributing. I have a work 401k that I'm contributing 12% to. I am not above an income, my income limit. You heard what my take home was. I am not above the income limit. So I'll have to figure out why I have that penalty. I use TurboTax, so I can just ask an expert, and I will be doing that. So I would say overall, I'm more of a fan of an IRA for a child because then they can use the money for whatever they want. Retirement, once they hit I know there are backdoor ways to do that, but I think a 529 is right for us. Anyway, I'm decreasing the amount that I'm putting into the IRA or into the 529 because at this point, my priority is not going further into debt and covering our daily expenses and then saving for our retirements, mine and my husband. That's more of a priority. I want to take care of us first, so that the baby doesn't have to take care of us. That's not her responsibility. My responsibility. So I feel very, very strongly about that. So I will be pausing or decreasing those contributions. It's only like $70. But I think I'm going to drop them down to 20. So at least something's going in and I can take that extra 50 and put that toward my expenses. So that's where that is, as far as decreasing expenses. As far as making more money, that is going to be the focus of this month and pretty much every month going forward. So there is a two-pronged approach to that. So of course there's my W-2 job, my daily job, and I could be making more money. I feel like my skills are worth more in the marketplace. However, because people say, well, why don't you just get a new job? The current job that I have, I could not ask for more. They are more money. It's a phenomenal situation. I think because there is such flexibility and because I work from home and I know the job and I'm familiar with the job, there's a tremendous level of knowledge, I think, in my position. So there's that. And I view that as a tremendous perk, the flexibility and the familiarity that I have. And of course, I'm continually looking to grow my skills in the marketplace, both in this current job and for my next position. My goal is to stay at this job for the time being as I am adjusting to this new situation, just having happened, just getting married and just having a baby and adjusting to that. So that is my W-2 job. The second prong is, so as I'm looking to increase the value of my skills in the marketplace, I am looking to see what hard skills I can add because I work in marketing. I'm an account manager. I was an account exec, and apparently manager is higher than exec. The next level is director, but to me, executive sounds higher than manager. Anyway, the next level is director, but it's very nebulous because usually our position involves sales. Our positions don't involve sales, but just searching in the general job market, if someone with the title account manager would involve sales. So I'm looking to see what hard skills, specifically in the tech area, I can add to my resume now before when I'm not looking for a job that will make me more marketable in the future. Because in the next few years, when I want to be as competitive as possible. That's that. So that's prong one. Prong two is immediately, how can I make more money right now? And that is this month. Which leads me to my first and only goal for the month, which is to bring in more money. My top line goal is $1,000. I've done this before. I did it in 2017 when I took Ramit Sethi's course, Earn 1K on the side, and I did it. The course cost $1,000. I challenged myself to earn $1,000 to earn back the cost of the course, and I did. I did it on eBay selling things that I found around the house. My cost of goods was $0, and I made $1,000 just from that, $1,000 gross revenue. Taking out fees and whatnot and anything additional, I think I probably netted, I want to say $700, which is great. So I know I can earn $1,000. The difference between now and 2017 is that I am not in one location all the time. So storage is a problem. Because I was storing the goods in my mom's basement, I no longer have that because I'm in Manhattan half the week, I'm in Jersey half the week, and at any given time we could be in Delaware. So shipping physical products is not as available an option. It's still an option, but it's not as available an option. So I will be encouraging myself to be resourceful and to do what I can. So I brought in last month something like $16 from my Amazon affiliate, which is fantastic. My info is linked down below. Any of those links that on the products that I recommend will take you to my Amazon affiliate page, and I get a portion of any anything you buy on Amazon in the next 24 hours after you click on that link. The cookie stays active in the link, the tracking URL, for 24 hours. So if you use those links, I thank you so much. It's a huge help. It's $16 worth. And I think my YouTube revenue last month was ridiculous. Something like in March, it was something like $30. So that's a total of $46 brought in March. So my top goal is $1,000. My real goal is just to bring in a little bit more than $46. So I will be challenging myself to be more organized, more disciplined, more industrious, and more useful, valuable, and then to receive compensation for that value, which involves a lot of internal work, but also external work and promoting the things that I have to offer. So that's going to be the challenge for this month. That's my high level goal. And really that's the only goal, because that's the most important goal for my life right now, because that will make the biggest impact on my life right now, to cover my additional expenses. So that's where I am for a recap of March and my plan for April. This has been a long and hopefully structured but very detailed one. I don't think I rambled. I think I gave you a lot of detail on this and the points that I had laid out as far as my money and my personal personal life goes. So I hope this has been informative or helpful. Let me know if you want to know about any other area of what I've done. I did in March keep track of every single item I bought at the grocery. So I have some at the grocery store. I have some data on that. So that will be coming soon. If you're interested on seeing how much I pay for individual items, because I was interested, I'm hoping to get that sort of tabulated and up and out in April. So look forward to that coming soon. So there you have it. That's March and April for me this month. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I hope you'll keep watching. Bye.